So you're going out with somebody right now, and they've done something, and you're not sure. It's like a fatal blow to the relationship. Do you ditch them, or do you continue to date them? Hit us up at thebertshow.com. We will read your email, and we'll get you some input. Davi has the email this morning.
Just Romeo has left the building.
Yeah.
Here's the email. I can completely admit that I am extremely rusty when it comes to dating. I was in a relationship for 6 years, and we recently broke up. So it's been a long time since I've been on the dating scene, and I need you guys to tell me if this is completely normal. I hope not, because it's incredibly tacky. If this is dating in 2022, I hate that this is the way it is. Or is this completely odd and something that should be a red flag? I just started dating this guy. We've only been out twice. I found him incredibly attractive, and when I met him, I felt bold enough to ask him out. Single me, 6 or 7 years ago, would have never done something like that. But I figured, why not? So I asked him out, and he said yes. Because I was the one that asked him out, I felt obligated to pay for our first date. We went out for drinks, and it turned into dinner. When the check came, I insisted on paying for it. Now, it's been a long time since I was single, but from what I recall, if the woman insists on paying, the guy would at least insist on putting up half or putting up a fight. He didn't put up a fight at all. However, after I signed the credit card slip, he said, I'll Venmo you for my half. Of course, I told him that wasn't necessary because I thought it was a bit strange. Sure enough, I got home and I got a Venmo. A few nights later, we went out again. When the check came, I went to grab it, and he said, I'll get it, and you can just Venmo me this time. I was going to say this was Cairo up until, like, he paid her back, so I don't know anymore. My question is this how dating is now? Is it just split every time? Does nobody pay for the other person anymore? If this is how it is, what's the point of Venmoing back and forth? Why not just ask for 2 checks? If this is normal, I think I need to find an old-fashioned guy. If this is not normal, then I definitely think I'm going to ditch him.
She does raise a pretty interesting point here. 1-855-BERT-SHOW. So if this is the normal thing and you're going to split checks, why Venmo each other back and forth? Why not just split the check?
It's easier than inconveniencing the server.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if she already brought me the one check, I hate making her make a trip all the way back. She made the assumption we're together, but like I hate making her make that trip all the way back to print out 2 checks when we can just Venmo each other. It's the future, y'all.
Yeah.
We don't have like hoverboards, but we have Venmo and Cash App.
And then when the checks are split like that, do you ever feel like there's a pressure on you to tip as much as the other person tips?
Yes.
Like you're sneaking over trying to see what you don't want to be the cheap ass.
Instant competition.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to beat you every time.
I make sure they're leaving an acceptable tip, and then I'm like, now I got to cover because they only gave her
Right.
10%.
Yep.
I'm like, now I got to cover that.
So Mo, you're the single one on the show. I mean, do you split checks on a first date?
Nah, I don't. I mean, I do think this kind of is a new wave because there are a lot of guys who feel like if it's the first date, I don't really know you yet and I don't really know where we're going yet, so they will split the first date. But I'm still an old-fashioned guy, which is what I believe she needs, like she said, because I'm still paying. But a lot of guys nowadays don't feel like that's the thing anymore.
Yeah, I was the same way you are, that I just would refuse. If she wanted to pay the check, I would just like, no, that's not what I'm all about right here, and I am paying the check on that. And if she insisted, I wasn't going to let it get to a point where it was an argument. Okay, I've never had this happen, but it would have been fine. You get this one, and then I'll get the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
But even if she asked you out?
Yeah, I'm paying for that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would still at least put up a fight. Like to just let her just take it.
Yeah.
That's a little.
I guess
that's
I'm
new
old-fashioned
school stuff.
that way. Yeah. Hey, Katie, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, you're single?
No, I'm actually dating a guy now, and I just wanted to comment on the fact that it was really hard to find somebody who actually wanted to pay for a date. Like he paid for our first date and paid for everything, and but this culture nowadays, dating culture sucks. It is so hard to find somebody who's willing to pay for anything that doesn't make you feel awkward. So, yeah.
Is it an economy thing right now? I mean, I think every generation will tell you that the economy kind of sucks, but is it a generational thing where it's just tougher to find a job now? Here you are in COVID, right?
Yeah.
People have lost
Right.
jobs. So has that changed the last couple of years, Katie, or has this been are we talking about 5 years now?
I don't know. I would probably say the last 5 or so years. It's just been. It's more like a me culture. I think that a lot of people nowadays are just this is my money. I've earned it, and I want to spend it on myself. And so I just think it's hard to find somebody who's willing to, before they really know you, they want to spend it on somebody else. So I think it just takes time maybe for younger people to want to spend money on somebody else, but I don't know.
Kristen, you don't like that idea?
No, I was like, somebody turned on their brights.
The light, the bright light, the bright light.
No, I'm wondering too no, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to speak on behalf of men.
Oh, please do.
We need someone to do it.
No, I mean,
This show needs a good man and a good opinion.
I'm just wondering with women, being more independent and, equality, maybe men are just like, all right, well, then we'll split instead of the man feeling obligated to constantly pay.
That's true.
I always split everything because I thought it was respectful. Like, Blair and I went to Publix to get chips and salsa, and I put the little divider between or beans and chips.
Yeah.
I put the divider between can of beans and chips. I was like, I'll get the beans, you get the chips. And I was like, I thought that was respectful. I was like, I don't want to, and I don't know if I like you that much yet, and I don't want to owe you mouth favors because of a can of beans.
The Bert Show.